Look back at highlights from Caitlin Clark's record-breaking college career at Iowa. Hy-Vee and the Caitlin Clark Foundation partner to help end childhood hunger. Hy-Vee announces today that it is partnering with the Caitlin Clark Foundation to support childhood nutrition by raising funds for local food banks across the Midwest in March.
Food banks. This isn't the first partnership between Clark and Hy-Vee. The store was the first company to sponsor Clark under her first NIL deal.
Out with all funds collected at stores going directly to the Caitlin Clark Foundation, which in turn will work with local Feeding America registered trademark partner food banks. Nutrition is very important to children's growth and well-being and has been instrumental to my success as an athlete, said Caitlin Clark. By providing meals to families who are food insecure, we can help make sure each child has the energy they need to succeed. In the U.S., 1 in 5 children face hunger, and more than 575,000 children across the Midwest are considered food insecure. Studies show that the lack of adequate nutrition adversely affects children's health, putting their growth and mental health at risk. The mission of the Caitlin Clark Foundation is to uplift and improve the lives of youth and communities through education, nutrition and sports. Nutrition is the key pillar, which is fundamental for a child to excel in education and sports. With adequate and proper nutrition, youth can thrive in their daily lives. 9 legendary women's college basketball records that may never be broken. Caitlin Clark's shooting prowess. Caitlin Clark reveals the one thing she hated growing up. All I did was cry. Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark would not be where she is today had it not been for the hard work and sacrifice she has and continues to put in behind the scenes. It all started at a young age for the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year, and in a recent interview with Nike, Clark admitted how it wasn't always smooth sailing for her growing up. The 23-year-old relived her experience as a kid and how much she just hated to lose. According to Clark, she actually used to cry over it a lot. "I think I've hated losing even before I can remember," she said. "When I was growing up, all I did was cry when I lost. It upset my parents a lot. My dad was my first coach, so he had to deal with me crying." The Fever All-Star, however, revealed that her attitude shifted as she kept getting better. "The more I won, the less crying there was," Clark stated. Caitlin Clark joins Heartwarming celebration as Peyton Manning Hospital marks 17 years of impact in Indiana. Caitlin Clark is redefining what it means to be a star, on and off the court. As she steps into the spotlight in Indianapolis, she's not just making plays, she's making an impact. And with Peyton Manning by her side, her influence is only beginning to take shape. At the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital's 17th Celebration of Caring Gala, Clark stood alongside the Colts legend, proving that true influence extends beyond the game.
You got to match up against other Nike hoopers. Do you have a favorite matchup?
You're gonna get me in trouble. Honestly, I'll just say DT because she's such an icon in our sport and has been in the game for so long. You know, getting to share the court with her was pretty fun, and you just see her competitive spirit. Even though you're not on her team, you can just feel it as a competitor. I think I've hated losing even before I can remember. When I was growing up, all I did was cry when I lost. But it upset my parents a lot. My dad was my first coach, so he had to deal with me crying. So the more I won, the less crying there was. From a very young age, because no matter what I did, whether I was playing a sport or playing a board game or was at school.
Face Off, 4 Nations Face Off, Caitlin Clark, Aaron Rodgers, Seneca Wallace,